Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? Welcome to the YouTube channel. Welcome to the stream. Let me see something really quick. Quality advanced. My God, live streaming to YouTube is ass. Uh, uh, let's see how it goes. I figured the audio part out, and the next thing you know, this stuff starts happening. So, man, stuff can be so easy, yet and still. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this Mustang and put a little quick livery on it. I have a setup for it. It's not a good setup. It's I'm still running pretty high. I'm still running pretty high like springs. I'm still kind of trying to figure out. This is still trying to figure out what this car likes. I have a little bit of limited time, so I'm kind of just. It needs to be a little bit bigger. I hate when it does that. That thing right there. So I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm not gonna really try to bother it all too much. Finish this up and then get out on the track and run a few races. Let's see. I'm gonna have to figure out this figure out this rendering issue. Thought that I had fixed literally everything, but I guess not. Right? Always something. You know, always shine. Let's have to figure out some type of settings. See what works for this laptop, because maybe it's, well, I doubt it's the laptop. I'm not gonna even say that it is. Where would this usually go? I kind of like it right there, so I'm gonna leave it right there. Let's add just a couple of more things and then we're gonna get out of here. Not gonna keep y'all waiting. No, I don't know why I did that. That's not what I'm looking for. How did I forget about that? Eat the bowl. I would ask the question, but I haven't seen anybody in the comment section just yet. I don't know if the audio sounds good, if it's too loud. Or anything. All right. Let me slap this on the hood. I think that's good right there. I'm not mistaken, I think this always went underneath this. Should I fix it another time? They ever fixed the windshield bug? Nope. Not at all, man. A lot of stuff in here does not get fixed. A lot of stuff in here doesn't get fixed. Honestly, I don't even know why. I'm not sure why they overlook so many things, but it seems to be the team that, you know, we just have to wait. We just have to wait with them. Because other than that, I don't know if they're overwhelmed or they're just not doing anything, but at this point, for me, I'm just going with the flow of things. They changed the VOP being changed so many times. I haven't even gotten back to like tuning cars or anything, to be honest with you. I haven't been on this game outside of the GR86 Cup League that Grimnum does. So other than that, I haven't really even been playing this game like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's like a licensing thing or something, but even then it really doesn't make sense. Because on some of the cars you can do something with it, but on others you can't. Like the Mercedes, you can't really do anything about that. It's just weird. All right. So let me copy this to the other side and then we're gonna get to moving. Yeah, I uninstalled it a while back. Yeah, a lot of people actually uninstall. I don't blame them. Like, I mean, especially for console gaming, there really isn't any other racing games outside of this one. I mean, any racing games that are like this, basically, I should say. Like, you know, PlayStation has Gran Turismo, PC players have ACC and all of the other ones and stuff like that. But for console players, we really only have the racing title designated for that system. A lot more people look for a lot more creative freedom, and I'm actually one of those people because I like making liveries, but there's a lot of limitations that just shouldn't be here. It's just one of those unfortunate things. Very unfortunate. Yeah, back in the day, they were multiple racing titles. Yeah, there were a lot more. Like I started out playing Project Gotham Racing. That's been my favorite. That was been my favorite game for a long time. Then once they killed that game off, it's kind of like, no. It's just been one title. After a while, Need for Speed came around, but then Need for Speed died because they keep taking things away. But then again, that's EA, so that's kind of the reputation of EA titles. So, you know, can't really expect anything from them outside of that. Like, I work with what I have here, and you can still make some pretty good liveries, but like certain areas, like right here where the wing is on the left side of this aisle, how it's cut off, and then you see it on the upper part of the fender there, like that. It shouldn't even be doing that. It should just be laid across that portion as well, and any layer, because all of these are layered in ascending order. So there's no reason for that to even look like that with that gap in it. No. We'll never know. They say they fix things. But we don't ever really know. Let's give us those no restrictions. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot more games should actually do that. Like, people will spend time on these games, especially if it's a game that you like. So there really shouldn't be any what word am I trying to say? There shouldn't really be any limitations for what you give to your creative community. If you have a community that plays your game and they are a part of the creative bunch, I don't really think you should really you shouldn't give limitations to them. Like, they should really be able to do anything they really want to in terms of creating liveries for cars. Yeah. Because outside of that, it's kind of like, because I remember them saying something about that. I remember them saying something about that they were going to have this whole new system for
18 official terms, but some have more than one
creating
part,
liveries,
so
and
face at least 23 directional changes.
And a new photo mode. Like, I said a lot of that stuff. I don't know where the photo mode stuff went to. There's only 4 people in here. I don't believe nobody likes VIR. No one. No one likes VIR. Gaming restrictions is never a good thing. Yeah, you're right about that. That's why I like Halo. As much as people don't like Halo Infinite, Forge mode has always been Forge mode. Like, there's no limitations. You're basically stepping in the place of art team, basically. Like, they give players 100% free range to essentially make worlds of their own, like maps, and then those same maps, they get at a certain point, they get put in a playlist, and everybody across the player base can play on them. You and your friends can play on them. You get to set up your own game modes, how the camera, like, once you're starting into the match, how you have the previewing of the map and where the players are, and then the narrator. Like, they give literally free range to do whatever you want to. Because I used to have Forge on my other laptop. It's the type of maps people make with that level of free range is just, I don't know. Because that's just like Horizon's track editor. I used to build tracks in there. I made the Le Mans track on there, but there's still a lot of limitations to what you're able to do or what they allow you to do. I don't know what they think people are going to do. I'm not sure what they think people are going to do with making liveries in this game. Like, there's not much you can do. Like, if people are going to be disrespectful, they can be disrespectful too with what tools you've already given them. But the windshield thing, that's weird, considering that a lot of your cars, you can actually put stuff on. That's my 4GT. I have like a digital number box on it that I made. A couple of cars actually. So I'm not totally sure why. Like, yeah, my Aston Martin has it right there. Yeah, out of this entire lineup, Yeah, the Aston Martin out of this entire GT3 lineup is the only one that you can really put across the windshield banner. That's about it. Like, can't really do it for anything else. It's wild. But this team, I kind of figured something like earlier on before this game got dropped that something was off just by the look in their face. Like, I kind of figured something was off. It was never going to be what they promised it to be, especially considering the fact that they said they had this game has been 7 years in the making, so it's kind of like, M6. Oh yeah, that's right. The M6, you can do it on the M6 too. I forgot about the M6 since I rarely use it. I stopped using a lot of cars when, like, a lot of times when people say meta cars, I stopped using them completely. I never use them. I forgot all about I don't think I've used the M6 since before they did all of these BOP changes. When everything was still a part of the same division.
Till race start.
Sure, I have never been able to put anything in 17 years. I don't know if it just works for some people, but the only other two in this lineup is really, or are you talking about like you stop using the 720? I don't even know how to know this. One of my teams are like have realistic views on them, so I'm never gonna be consistent. Not crazy as far as stupid, super crazy lives like this. Metals are like. I don't even like medicine in other games. Springs are absolutely useless. I think I'm on 627. At all. What drop this to about? Let's go. I'm gonna go 30. these cars for production. Why is this one so like twitchy? Any other car don't have an issue with like sim twitch like that. That's wild. It's so heavy. I have my tuning. So see everybody is using it out.
30 seconds to restart.
This car feels heavy. I never understood why they made sim switch like this. Because they don't know what they're doing. They honestly don't. Like a lot of the cars in here, as far as mechanics go, it's like all of these. Like I said, I always say they act like production cars. Like taking a stock car, like a stock, the M4 and the stock M4, just like production. They just act like big production cars. There's no different in mechanics at all. Like it doesn't even feel like it. 3,000 pounds in these cars feel like 3,000 pounds in production cars. They just feel the exact same. Unless you know how to meta tune or something like that, you might be able, like, you can get certain characteristics out of these cars, but the game is always changing in terms of tuning and upgrading and stuff like that. Like, it just never stays the same. So after a while, you just get tired of trying to keep up with it. I think it's just bad coding. Some devs are better than others. Yeah, if they had a dedicated development team. Forget who told me, but somebody told me that they just keep rotating people out. Like, it's never the same people who keep working on this game. I don't know, man. I did say, though, that this might be my last Forza Motorsport title. Because spending money on something should be. You shouldn't have to wait 3 months at a time for updates. I don't need it again. I know I'm gonna have to go back in. I don't know the strategy though. I don't know what the strategy is. Oh, now brake. shouldn't even be something right there. It's literally got a part of the track before you hit the grass. They have track limits in very just stupid places. It's like on Marcello, they have track limits right before you go straight into the sand. Well, I can't power through the sand. It's going to slow my car down. There's no need for track limits right now. I'm literally going to lose not only time, but positions on track to the sand. By track limits. This is a Mustang, aka crowd killers. Rear aim is not to be trusted, so I'm just gonna go with first tires. AKA crowd killer. There he goes. Sucked into the grass. That sucks. Every single time you speak about something, it's always shortly after the sound just happens to invalidate everything that you just said. And it's insane the type of grip you get when I go on the grass. Well, it's like I'm a very consistent driver, slams into the wall. And this car is very stable. Some twitch. 600. 600 to 550 to 850 speed should feel like driving on the park, especially because of this game. That's bad. Especially in the game where you only have two-way dampers, you don't even have four-way dampers. We got some. This one, window phone. Suspension geometry is which is weird because I've only ever heard anybody talk about suspension geometry when you talk about those buggy cars that race on dirt. The only time I've ever heard is suspension geometry. Did he quit? Oh, he did quit. I wonder why he quit for. He had second place. He must be tired. I need to get mine. Where's my tune book? I need to change some numbers.
Good run out there. P2.
I figured that's what that might have been. Let me check really quick. Because I think what it's doing, since you can't hear me in the game, I think I know exactly what it's doing. Let me see, filters. Let's add a compressor filter and so every time I talk, this should go down. So I'm just gonna go with threshold of 20 ratio. I'm just gonna do 15. The attack, we're gonna go 100. This should help with that. And then for this, I'm going to go 500. And the gain on this, we're gonna come all the way to 9. Okay, so now that that is there, I'm gonna bring this to 25. So it should drop when I speak. And when I stop speaking, it should bring the game audio higher than I am. So the threshold, we're gonna go 40. Let's bring the game audio up to about in-game audio threshold to about 15. Yeah, make it 15. Okay, that should help now. If I'm talking, then the game audio gets lower as I'm talking. That way you can hear me speaking. Kind of haven't mastered this audio thing yet. Like, I'm getting there, but I mean, I'm only working with a laptop at this moment, so I'm still figuring out streaming to YouTube. Yeah, I tried lowering just the audio in itself, but it's still like how my setup is. I don't have like a standalone mic and headphones, so all of the audio is kind of like conjoined in a sense. Because I'm getting the audio playthrough through the headphones, which I'm also speaking out of, so there's no like separate. There's no separate audio for the devices that I have. So I just use OBS, set a compressor onto the capture card audio, and whenever I talk, the game audio is going to lower, and when I'm not speaking, then the game audio is going to play at normal. This should help. All right, I got 2 minutes. Let me try something really quick. Quick pause so I can tune this. I'm running 680 on the front springs and 709 on the rear. Let's go lower than that. $683 on the front and $712 on the rear. Let's try the softer setting, which I think is going to kill me. So, you know, let's just do 601 to be on the safe side. 601 on the safe side, and then I'm gonna try my softest spring setting on the rear, 548. I feel like this is gonna be horrible. But we're gonna give it a try because why not, right? Something that's weird about this car too. It has more weight in the rear than it does in the front, but it's a front engine car. 48 weight distribution in the front, 52 in the rear. It's like the Mercedes, which is both. It's weird. That's really weird.
30 seconds.
Fastest lap 1:21.6, an advantage. Who's in here? Apex Racing. I don't really know who that is. Apex Racing just sounds familiar. Don't know if it's a game or something. But yeah, you should be able to hear me a lot better now. After the stream, I'm gonna try to tune this Mustang with max front downforce and minimum rear downforce, because that seems to be still the thing to keep speed. It's a crazy livery. We're going to see what it does in this race here, if you can indeed hear me. But if it still is one of those things where you don't hear me, then because it might just be cutting out because I don't have a standalone mic. But just in case, I'm going to try and lower it just a tad bit. I don't want to do y'all don't hear the game and you just hear me speaking over it. This turn right here.
Time penalty is 2.2 seconds.
Oh, something got messed up in translation now, because now I'm getting audio scripts. So I should have never touched that. That was what I was afraid of. This time. I'm done. Golly, bro. I just fixed this issue. Should have never fucking touched it in the first place. Should have just left it alone. Literally fixed it. Literally fixed it. touched it. Never touched it. Just left it alone. Well, I'm about to end it. Yeah, I'm ending the stream. No, I should have never touched this audio. I should have just ignored it and just never touched it. I'll catch you all in the next one. But now I gotta go right back in here and try to figure out how to fix this again. Thank you to those of you all who came back to stream. We're in the chat, but back to square one. Catch you all in the next one.